Deep breath. Inhale. Stop whatever you're doing and just take a deep inhale. Once you get to the top, breathe in a little more. And on the exhale, you can release the sound. You can release anything. Just release anything that you may be holding on to. Any stagnant energy. We want to move it. We want to move the energy throughout our body, throughout our chakras. We want to be able to move this energy, family. And how can we move this energy? We can move it by breathing, right? Breath work. Nah. And we'll do one last breath, inhale, and then on the exhale, we're going to Om together. We'll get right into this information, but before we do, let's be here. Let's be now. You know, there is nowhere else to be but here and but now. There's a message I want to read to you guys. Let me go ahead and pull it up really quick. It's top of the morning over here. I'm in Japan still. Last day in Japan. I'm headed back to America. And before we get into this information, I just want to share this with you guys. I want to help enlighten you guys. Each and every single being that's here. Okay. I want to give you guys some grounding thoughts. Right? It says, things are not as bad as we think them to be. Our thinking is limited. Our seeing is limited. Beyond what we see and think, there is a larger picture where all the goods and the bads are pieces to a beautiful portrait of life. Lean not on your own understanding. Trust with everything in you that this is a part of your this part of your experience is working in harmony with all other parts for the creation of something beautiful. Take a step back and rest in being. Rest in the greater part of you that trusts what is to come and accepts all that there is. See beyond the good and bad. Feel that all of this is happening within the loving and tender heart of God. If it happens in God, it is well. It is for the well-being of all. So that's why, I wanted to start this call out with you guys coming here and consciously breathing and understanding that you don't got to focus on where you're headed and worry about where you're headed or worry about the past and hold on to things that no longer serve you. If you guys just live in the present, live in the moment, live in the now, I promise you guys that, there's nowhere other to be, nowhere better to be but the here and but the now. There's so much beauty in it. Look around you guys. Start being grateful for what it is that you guys have right now to attract more of what it is that you guys desire, right? Yes, Ava, praise and worship. So I wanted to just start the call out with that. I know you guys are all coming here to learn how to discharge credit card debt, and we'll hop right into that. But before we do, I want to do one last breath, inhale, and then on the exhale, we're going to Om. So what is Om? Om is, it's a universal frequency. It's a universal sound. It's a universal, healing, sound frequency once again. And so by us being able to Om, it's allowing us to connect with the divine, right? So we'll go ahead and breathe. Deep inhale, the deepest breath that you guys have breathed all day. That's not a word. The deepest breath that you guys have taken all morning, all afternoon. Oh, it's afternoon over there. It's top of the horizon over here. It's 8:30. The deepest breath that you guys have taken all day, I want you guys to inhale with me right now. On 3. 1, 2, 3. And on the exhale, we're going to Let's get right into it. I love how those that are not, supposed to be here hop off once we start getting into, healing. Once we start doing the things that they're coming here to receive will allow them to propel their results, but they're not willing to do the inner work. People are looking for instant gratification. People are looking for microwave results. Well, that's not what y'all will find here on this channel. Y'all won't find something here. Y'all won't find, a make-believe dream. You guys are going to find the real, the raw, the uncut here on this channel. That's what I'm about. I stand for a nation. I stand for, I stand for generations, of indigenous beings that, have been praying for, a grandchild, a great-grandchild, a great-great-grandchild, just like me. And so I understand that. I'm aware of that, and I walk in that, and I walk in my power every single day. So let's hop into it. We're going to go into a 10-step administrative process. So this is what I have for my company. I'm going to give you guys exact 10 steps. I'm going to give you guys some things that you guys can insert into, AI, so that you guys can program the AI to help you guys get the outcome that you guys desire. So step number 1 is to pull your reports. All right, we want to pull the reports going through annualcreditreport.com or identityiq.com. One or the other, either or. Those will both get the job done. I do have all of my clients go through annualcreditreport.com. I like Identity IQ as well because it shows the actual credit score, and it's something that where my clients can monitor their score and the changes in their results. But Annual Credit Report, it's an actual official report from Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, or you can simply call the reporting agencies. A little bit more work, but you guys can always call them as well too and get your reports ordered from there as well. So that's step number 1, is to order your reports and gather all your personal information such as your ID and proof of billing as well too. Step number 2 is to identify the violations using the big 3 subchapters. So what are the big 3 subchapters? I cover this time and time again. This is truth in lending. I'm gonna give you guys a couple more as well too here on this live as well. So we got truth in lending, which starts here at 15 U.S.C. 1601. Somebody who's not being truthful in the lending process, so therefore Congress passed truth in lending. Then we got the Fair Credit Reporting Act. So this is where we'll find the violations. Come here, look at the overview and see, okay, procedures in a case of disputed accuracy. Okay, I'm disputing to them inaccurate information, that they've been reporting. So, I'll go ahead and exercise 1681I. Peace and blessings, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Yes, it's top of the rising over here. In Japan, it's 8:30. Peace and blessings. Let me show you guys out the window. Big blessings, big blessings. And so that's 15 U.S.C. 681. This is the FCRA. Now let's go ahead and take you guys here to the FDCPA, which is mainly dealing with debt collectors. We covered this earlier on the live. So this is how you guys are going to discharge debts, right? This is how you guys are going to discharge credit card debts, is by finding violations within these subchapters, right? Have you guys, been harassed or abused by these debt collectors? Well, if such, we would use this consumer law code right here, 15 U.S.C. 1692D. Have you guys, had unfair practices that have been used against you guys in the attempts, to collect an alleged debt? A debt collector may not use unfair or unconscionable means to collect or attempt to collect any debt without limiting the general application of the foregoing. The following conduct is a violation of the section. Blank. We're not going to go through and read them all, but are there unfair practices? Have they not gone through and properly validated the debts? Well, these are the 5 steps that they must do when it comes to debt validation. Okay, let's continue to go through this. Let's see. Have they used deceptive practices in attempts to collect this? Are they using false or misleading representation? Well, if such, this is for them right here. A debt collector may not use any false, deceptive, or misleading representation. See, so what I want you guys to understand is that, the law is in your guys' favor. The law is working for you guys. That's why they passed these, in the late 1960s, in the late 1970s. They passed these decades ago, before a lot of us were born. So this isn't something that's fairly new. These are codes and laws that have been in place before you've been even thought of, before I've been even thought of. Now I'm going to take you guys, so that's the big 3 subchapters where we'll find most of our findings and violations when it comes to credit card discharging. Now we'll come here to chapter 41. A lot of times, okay, chapter 41, I was in that excuse me. So Title 15, Chapter 94. So privacy. So a lot of times these credit card companies are invading one's privacy. How many of you guys buy any credit card company? Drop a heart in the chat box because you love yourself, and we're spreading more love. How many of you guys have ever had your privacy invaded by any of these credit card companies? Well, if you have, this subchapter or this chapter is a chapter that you would use, and it's not as common, but this is called the Graham-Leach-Bailey Act. This is chapter 94, and this is the Privacy Protection Act. So I'm going to take you guys here as to disclosures of non-public personal information. So coming here, this is for financial institutions. So it's the policy of the Congress that each financial institution has an affirmative and continuing obligation to respect the privacy of its customers and to protect the security and confidentiality of those consumers' non-public personal information. So once again, drop a heart in the comment section if you guys have experienced your privacy being invaded by any financial institution. Go ahead and drop a heart in the comment section, family. So this right here is the Graham-Leach-Bailey Act. Not too many people on the internet, on YouTube, are talking about this because a lot aren't aware of this. But there's a lot more than just chapter 41. So you got to actually go through the titles and actually read through each chapter as well too. So this is title 12. This is dealing with commerce and trade. Right? If you want to learn more about the banking, we'll come here to title 12 on banks and banking. If you want to learn about patents, you can learn about patents. If you want to learn about copyrights, you can go here to Title 17 and learn about copyrights. See, so consumer law is a lot deeper than just Title 15. See, understanding our rights is a lot deeper than just Title 15, Chapter 41. See, Chapter 41, and when we're talking about credit cards, when we're talking about credit cards, everything that you need to know is going to be here in the Consumer Credit Protection Act. Consumer Credit Protection Act. When we're talking about credit cards, everything that you need to know is here in the Consumer Credit Protection Act. Title 15, Chapter 41. So there's multiple subchapters within it. I went over the big three: Truth in Lending, the FCRA, and the FDCPA. Also, you guys can dive into the equal credit opportunity as well too. This is for those that have been discriminated against, etc. So those are finding violations. That's step number 2 to our administrative process. Step number 3 is to create an FTC report for each violation. So what I like to do, and what I had my AI do, is literally go through and scan. Let me see if I can pull it up for you guys. I had it scan through. I'm going to say what I just said one more time. Everything that you guys are seeking when it comes to credit card debt, when it comes to the discharge of any credit card, can and will be handled under the chapter that's governing it, that has it in the title. Chapter 41, Consumer Credit Protection. The Consumer Credit Protection Act. It's not a big secret, family. Now I'm going to show you guys something that may blow your guys' mind. Which I love it. I like for you guys to come here and learn. So I had AI do this. Review this consumer report for any negative accounts such as a delinquent or derogatory account and list all of the hard inquiries. Well, here go the derogatory accounts for this client's report. So you guys can actually have it go through, give you the account number. I requested the account number. I requested more information in depth. And here go the inquiries. Now I put this inside of our FTC report, and I literally just copied and pasted those accounts. And then when I got to the description, this is what I put in the description for the FTC report. So this is for the FTC report. This letter serves as a formal demand to immediately cease and desist from reporting, furnishing, or sharing any information related to the above referenced account through any medium, including consumer reports. I did not grant permissible purpose for you to furnish this inaccurate information. Reporting this account violates my rights under the applicable consumer protection laws. Failure to comply with this request will leave me no choice but to pursue further legal action. And that's what I sent through the FTC. If you guys are just tuning in, make sure to do our part. Let's get the likes up so that more people can get in tune with this information and with these teachings. We're tuning in from Japan. All I ask is that you guys do your part and drop a like on this video if you're gaining any type of value. If you're not, drop in the comment section some things that I can do better so that I can improve and that I can, deliver my message more clear so that people can get a better understanding of these teachings. Because a lot of people are winning, man. A lot of people are winning with this information. So, step number 4, submit a cease and desist through the CFPB and through the FDIC. A lot of you guys aren't even familiar with the FDIC. Well, if it comes to charge-offs, if it comes to anything credit card related, all of these financial institutions are regulated by the FDIC. What I want you guys to do, in a quick trick that I just learned as well too, that you guys can actually go through and do with the AI as well, is you guys can actually have it go through and find the EIN number. And when you guys submit the FDIC report, you guys actually want to have it include the company's EIN number. So where is it? So there goes account numbers. Where's the EIN numbers? Okay, here they go. EIN number. So when you guys are submitting the FDIC report, you guys want to include that EIN number. Just as there, the social, we got our social, they got an EIN number, and this is definitely putting them on notice. Now we're talking about, playing with their money and money that they're going to be losing out on. So we want to make sure we're including that EIN number when we're disputing through the CFPB and through the FDIC. I highly recommend it, family. So that's step number 5 or 4. Step number 5 is to use AI to draft a notice of dispute/inaccuracy. Mail all documents via letter stream. So y'all don't even have to leave the comfort of your home. We can do this all behind our computers, and you guys can send out that letter through letter stream. Peace and love to everybody tuning in. If you guys are tuning in, we've been live here for about 18 minutes. Make sure to check out the recording. We're going over our 10-step administrative process. Step number 7 is to send the pre-arbitration/federal complaint letter with arbitration agreements attached. Do you guys want to see do you guys want to hear an example? Drop a 3 in the chat box if you guys want to hear an example of what this pre-arbitration/federal complaint looks like. If not, we'll just continue to go through the 10 steps and we'll end this live here. Drop a 3 in the chat box if you guys all want to hear what this pre-arbitration/federal complaint looks like. This is step number 7 in our administrative process. We got no interaction today. Y'all are dead. See, a lot of people are coming in, they see the title, a lot of people are coming in and, they just want things completely handed to them. They don't want to do the work. They don't want to, communicate. They don't want to get out of their comfort zone. I'm literally giving you guys the blueprint. We've discharged with this exact same process. We've changed it up, definitely innovated a lot, added to it, removed some things, but over $1 million in debt doing such. I'm going to show you guys. Let me show you this. Let me show you. I can show you better than I can tell you. On the 14th. Okay, that's one. Let me show y'all. Seeing is, seeing is believing. Seeing is believing, right? This is our new course. This is our university right here. I just put together a course though for our seeing is believing, right? 2 days ago. So I just showed y'all one client here on the 14th, a couple days ago. Another one of our students. Some of my recent deletions from one of my clients' accounts were in a collection/charge-off status. I got one account erased the same exact day and another account erased after a week and a half. Apply the information that's all here. Now I'm going through arbitration next. So let's get the likes up. Let's interact. Let's make sure we're doing our part, family. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and just end the live right after we're done. The more y'all interact, the more information y'all will get out of me. Once again, family, all of this is done. We're talking about credit cards, right? We're talking about credit cards. Y'all are all drawn here to learn how to discharge credit cards, correct? Well, check this out. There's a whole chapter that governs consumer credit protection. Everyone that we're talking about, truth in lending, equal credit opportunity, Fair Credit Reporting Act, Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, is all within the Consumer Credit Protection Act. The Consumer Credit Protection Act was passed in the 1960s, and I want you guys to understand, you guys can discharge all credit card debt with these 4 subchapters right here. Really the big three that we were covering earlier, and this is exactly how all of these clients within our community are doing such. So let's go on. So once again, if y'all want to learn and see a letter, a federal complaint letter where I got some case law study, where I got pre-arbitration in there. If y'all want to see that, drop some hearts in the comment section. Drop some hearts in the comment section. Show some love. Drop some love in the comment section. If not, I'll continue going through the 10 steps and then we'll just end the live here. We're already at step number 7. All right, Lori Windsor wants to see some. Anybody else? Anybody else? Let's get the likes up on this video as well. It's 9 a.m. family over here in Japan, and I have not slept. I've been putting together some course material for the university, Wabis University. Just innovating and creating and, adding to everything that we got. So let me see, family, where y'all at? Where y'all at? All right. Well, y'all are boring, man. So we'll go ahead and we'll just go through these 10 steps. So step number 7, which is what I was going to show you guys, is sending out the pre-arbitration/federal complaint with the arbitration agreement attached. So y'all could find every, credit card arbitration agreement here on adr.org. You scroll down, view consumer arbitration clause, view it. Let's see. Give me a bank. Give me a bank that you guys are dealing with. First Premier. One of my clients just had First Premier. First Premier Bank. So we'll come here. So who's the original creditor, Lori? Who's the original creditor? Then we'll come here. We would download their arbitration agreement and we'd send this off. All right, y'all want to see Wells Fargo, Chase. So Chase is the original creditor, right? So we'll come here to adr.org. So follow along, go to adr.org. Come here to view arbitration clause under the consumer section. And you'll send a pre-arbitration demand letter. I'll tell you what you'll send out to them, just for interacting. All right, so here goes Chase Bank. Here goes the arbitration agreement. So they are regulated by the American Arbitration Association. This is the bank that you'll want to send it. The address you'll want to send it to. And here goes the PDF right here that you'll download. So I'll pull up and I'll tell you what you'll send to that debt collector right now. I actually just added this video to the university. So it says, you can put this into AI, ChatGPT, there's a bunch of other ones. Draft me up a notice of dispute for a third-party debt collector. Let them know that since they bought this alleged debt from the original creditor, that they are now subject to the arbitration agreement and the original creditor's agreement. I'm well aware that just the initiation of arbitration will cost them tens of thousands, and I know they only purchase this debt, you guys only purchase this debt for pennies on the dollar. So I'm granting one opportunity to settle this matter amicably. You guys can pay me $6,000 for the mental distress and anxiety, emotional distress, and financial hardship this has caused me. They also must delete this trade line from any reporting agency it's reported to. I know that just the initiation of arbitration is well over $3,000 for this company. Then I put the list of all of the costs that are associated with going through arbitration. You can also find that on adr.org in the consumer section. Look on the right-hand side in the top right, and it'll give you list fees and fines of filing arbitration. It will take list below the cost it will take them for filing of both parties, arbitration initiation fee, the arbitration deposit, and any legal costs occurred throughout the arbitration process. It will cost them to take them through arbitration. Include these in the letter as in the adr.org website, it states they will be covering these, which will cost tens of thousands, or we can settle the account from being removed from our report and pay the damages that have incurred. So that's giving them the chance. That's a pre-arbitration letter that you'd send out to Chase. You'd send out the arbitration agreement with it. This is giving them the chance to settle right away. So oftentimes we won't have to go through arbitration. Now, if we do go through arbitration, you'll go to adr.org and you'll file arbitration against Chase as they're the original creditor, and you're going to hold that third-party debt collecting company liable as well too. Also, let me show you this really quick. That's just some form that they drafted up. It's not an actual form from the courts. They're using deceptive forms to deceive you and to get you scared into paying that debt. So 1692, what we just covered as well too. So a debt collector may not use any false, deceptive, or misleading representation or means in connection with the collection of any debt. All right, this client that this individual, Lori, stated that they filed a judgment, right? So this is what we'll use. Without limiting the general application of the foregoing, the following conduct is a violation of this section. Number 4. The representation or implication that non-payment of any debt will result in the arrest or imprisonment of any person, or the seizure, garnishment, attachment, or the sale of any property or wages of any person, unless such action is lawful and the debt collector or creditor intends to take such action. So I was actually for my individual that they stated that they were waging as income. Let me find you yours. It's not that one. You will find one though in 1692E. You know, you'll find multiple within there. I mean, that one right there. I mean, really everything within the FDCPA. All that they're using is, you know, a form that they drafted up to deceive you into thinking that you're obligated to paying it. The use or distribution of any written communication which simulates or is falsely represented to be a document authorized, issued, or approved by any court, official, or agency of the United States or any state, or which creates a false impression as to its source, authorization, or approval. So this is what I was looking for right here. So 1692E number 9. So that's what you would use to help you get that removed. So along with that pre-arbitration letter that I sent off, that I read out loud to you. And then step number 9 and step number 10. Step number 8 is we'll mail it off through letter stream. Step number 9 is we'll actually apply for accounts. So after you send off the pre-arbitration, apply for accounts where you know you're going to get denied. After that, you know, that's proof of damages taking place. Now you got those damages along with these notice of disputes and these other complaints. Now you can go through and enforce arbitration, and you guys will get your settlement that you guys were looking for. So we're tuning out, man, from Japan. Last day out here. I got to get ready, pack up. So appreciate you all tuning in. Drop what city you guys are tuning in from around the world. Let me show you guys where we tuned in from. Bet y'all didn't know, because I didn't know that Japan was this beautiful, man. All right, fam, I'm going to take you in my last couple hours here before I go hit the airport. Appreciate y'all. Keep doing the inner work. I need to cut my nails. That's nasty. One love. Appreciate y'all. We out of here.